So, ladies and gentlemen, on this episode, we're going to focus on the gearbox maintenance. When I talk of the gearbox maintenance, a gearbox consists of so many things, but more importantly, the valve body. So here is the valve body. So this one here belongs to the Mercedes. Yeah, so as you can see, this one is for the Mercedes, and this one here is for a Toyota Hilux. So in this case, we're going to service this valve body. So a lot of questions. So when it comes to your gearbox, so people talk of servicing the gearbox. Most people focus on the fluids. After servicing the fluids, or after changing the fluids and changing the ATF filter, you think that everything is okay. So for instance, we're going to do a demonstration with this valve body to see how clean it is from the inside. With me here, I'm going to wash and make sure this valve body is clean. So let me get started. So something to note, so with my T30, so I'll have to open all these doors using my T30. So a ton of them. Yeah, now done opening all the T30s, so a bunch of them. So let me get to the inside of this valve body. So there you go, there you see. If you look at this plate keenly, you'll notice something. So let me put this plate on the top. You'll notice something. So there is evidence of water. Yeah, so this water and lots of debris. So this I think this is soil or the clutches. Yeah, so if you can look at this keenly. So one thing to note about this, you'll notice one thing about this valve body, it has some passage. So all these is a channel whereby the oil or the fluid passes through to close and to open the valves. So let me show you where the valves are. So a quick demonstration of how the valves open and close. So if you look keenly, so let me locate, yeah, so here is the valve. So let me try and run the valve and open and even close. So if you look keenly, I don't know if it can be clear. You see the fuel, the see that is the ATF being pumped. So if you look keenly, we've got these valves here which function. So these valves function with the aid of the ATF fluid. So here's the thing. So when that or debris gets inside the channel, yeah, of your valve body, so this will block the free flow of your ATF. So one of the things that you'll note is delayed changing when it comes to shifting the gears, delayed. Another thing to note will be slippage. Your gears will be slipping. So even an interesting thing to note, you look at something, if you look keenly, you'll see some balls here. So you look at this ball here. So these help in closing and opening these channels or these tunnels when it comes to shifting gears, depending on the gear that you're shifting. So you'll note we've got some sieves. Like for instance, here is another sieve. So one thing about these sieves, these try to sieve or prevent dirt or debris getting inside the gear. So if you look keenly at my sieve, you see how dirty it is. So there is no way this gearbox will be shifting correctly. So these are some of the things, yeah, that you have to note and have to fix. So if you look at those balls, there are a ton of balls. I've got like 4 of them. This one, these 2, these 3, and number 4 is supposed to be somewhere. So 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Apart from these, we've got some silver balls too. So let me take these out and show you. Very slippery. So here is the ball, how it looks. So this helps in locking in locking, and the tunnels when the ATF is entering through this channel. So another thing to note, we're trying to check if there is lots of debris and dirt in this valve body. So yeah, as I demonstrate to you about that sieve, we'll have to take this sieve too and see how dirty the sieve is. So I'm just trying to get hold of it. Yeah, so there you go. So there is the sieve. If you look at the sieve, looks very dirty. So these are some of the things that you should be cleaning anytime you're doing your gearbox service, instead of just doing your ATF or the fluid service only. So there you go. You see these dirt and debris. Yeah. So a ton of things that we need to look into. So let us begin servicing this gearbox. So one thing to note, or the only thing to use, you can do this at home, but I prefer, if you know that good at these, then you seek for professional advice. So let us begin cleaning these. So there you go. So I'll just use this fluid here to clean. You'll notice one thing. Look at how dirty that water is there. Yeah, so dirty. So I'll use my toothbrush. So this service, cleaning your valve body, ranges according to the kind of car that you're using and where it is located. So we offer these services too. After cleaning your valve body, as I'm doing, so this will make your gears to shift properly, taking all the debris and that outside your valve body. So this could be the reason as why your gear or your engine is not, your gearbox is not shifting appropriately, or even slipping. Yeah, so that done. So let me clean these other parts. So looks clean. Yeah, so here is the main culprit. So let us begin by pouring top of. So you'll notice one thing, the black stain that you're seeing, this is not dirt, these are residue from the clutches. When the clutches wear out, so this is what is left. So as you can see, let us clean this together and have a very clean plate. So there you go. So we're almost there. So my plate is almost clean, so let me do it again. I have a secret recipe or ingredient of the liquid that I'm using to clean this valve body. So you notice one thing, after cleaning these, your gears will be smooth, your fluid will be clean. So let me add something, my secret ingredient, and you won't have issues when it comes to shifting gears. So that is something to keep in mind. So gearbox servicing, it's not only the fluids. Yeah, so you check a ton of things. So today you are dealing with the valve body. Another thing I'll show you, even the solenoid. So these are what helps your gears to change helps in changing gears. So you'll have them cleaned too. You'll notice one thing, they have a sieve. Don't know if you can see that sieve. Yeah, you see that sieve. So that should be cleaned too. So this is just a demonstration of how clean it should be. So let me continue taking all these dirt and debris. So next time you think of servicing your gearbox, try from this point and you won't regret all. So you'll notice how clean this plate is as comparing to how it was. So we almost there. So looks clean and sparkling. So let me give it another round of brushing. So people might ask, what of the manual transmission? Those two you'll have to take out the fluid and have them cleaned. So see how clean it is. So we've achieved that. So let me put these on the side. So let me clean these. See how so with these you have to take out the bolts. So we have 1, 2, put them somewhere. This one here, and there is another one here. So there are 4. I think there is. Am I leaving? No. So disclaimer: if you miss on these tiny balls, you'll ruin your gearbox, so the valve body. So you need to be very keen. So making sure whatever you take out, you have it cleaned and turn it back to its position. So I'll take the sieves too. So this one too. I'm having it cleaned, then back to its position. Yeah, so there you go. Having it cleaned, back to its position. So you look at these, so the debris that I was talking about, see? So all these won't let you gear shift. You look at how dirty. Yeah, so there you go. So let me continue cleaning. Time to have everything in place. So remember the tiny balls, so you make sure they go back into their rightful position. So I'm trying to look keenly. So there is 1, 2, 2, there is 3, 4. So we're remaining with 1. So where am I going to put this one? So I'm just trying to check keenly and see where this one is supposed to go. So there you go. So all 4 in, all 5. So remember the 4 that I was telling you about. So this one is here, here, and this one here, and the last one here. So if you miss on these 3 balls, then that's it. You've done. You've messed up your gearbox. So looks neat. So I'll put my this plate. So there it goes. So there is this will guide. Yeah. So there it goes. So the next thing to put, I will put this upper part. So looks nice and clean. So I'll have it placed too. So let me clean it a little. Time to have everything in. So making sure that all these 1 million bolts are in. Washing them a little. Make sure they are crystal clean. So I'll proceed and take my impact range. So that's it. So now you can see our valve body looks very clean. So make an arrangement of having yours done.